Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Interesting. We're about to have a little night of boxing going on with Gervonta Tank Davis, Jaron Boots Ennis, Demetrius Andrade, Rashidi Ellis. Everybody about to throw down. And that's interesting. A few things going on this week with press conferences and stuff like that. I don't like to report on that so much. You know what I mean? It's like whatever. Everybody gonna do what they gonna do. People gonna push each other at the press conference and talk a little smack. That's what it's gonna be, right? That's what it better be. That's what boxing's all about. But a few things are interesting. You keep your eye on things, little narratives that they try to put out. Now, when you're talking about in every era, every few years, there's kind of generational talents that might pop up. You got to be careful of, them kind of I'm way better than other Roy Jones types, right? For our generation, we saw Roy Jones still to the day. The wow factor, it's like, damn, this dude is confident before the fights. He's obviously, a step quicker and, just kind of, I'm not only winning, but I'm putting distance there and I'm looking good doing it, that kind of thing, just super talented. And we have a few right now, right now. And one of them is Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Ennis, he's had about 30 fights. I haven't looked at anything. I'm not trying to, I'm just going to spit it at y'all just from knowing. And the guy is, you probably would say, well, who has he fought up until now? There's not any real super duper marquee names, maybe Sergey Lipinets, but other than that, not really huge names, but good fighters, serviceable fighters, right? And when fighters don't have names and they're coming up and people, once they get to a certain level, people aren't going to fight them, those names, and they're never going to fight them, right? So, but you look at how these fights are won. There's distance in between those fights. You know what I mean? It's not like he's in the barn burner of fights. And you start looking at the records, and I personally do this all the time, like I did with Deontay Wilder, Devin Haney, people like that, Terrence Crawford. It's like, you know what? If somebody else fought those same people he fought, it wouldn't have looked like that, though. There'd been a few draws, a few split decisions, stuff like that. So when people don't fight people, because the people know, the very best know, I ain't messing with that man if I ain't got to. You see what I'm saying? And so this is what's going to happen with Jaron Boots Ennis. But I'm noticing the narrative is, hey, Jaron Boots Ennis is the most avoided fighter in boxing right now. Right? And he's on his way to being that. But he's too new for being that. He's in one division, right? Being that. And here's why I think it's egregious to say that, right? Because what the insinuation is simple. It's like, oh, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence won't fight him. So that's why we're noticing that he could be avoided, right? But this is where it's egregious. He's on the same damn card as Demetrius Andrade, which means he ain't the most avoided person on the card that he's fighting on. You see what I'm saying? But we don't seem to get the Demetrius Andrade avoiding, right? No, that's one of the most avoided fighters. Jaron Boots Ennis is not on Demetrius' level in terms of Demetrius was 154 avoided and 160 avoided, and wherever Canelo's going in any kind of weight avoided, or Goodlufkin avoided, Jaime Munguia avoided, people that were already champions. We have proof that Demetrius is avoided by people that they tell us are, for example, the best fighter we have on the planet, which is Canelo Alvarez, and the best middleweight we had for 25 years, right? In Gennady Golovkin. And Jaime Munguia about 36-0 with 35 knockouts. It is, those are people who ain't gonna fight him. Billy Joe Saunders was undefeated. Britain was all on him. See, we have those in different weight classes. Jaron Boots Ennis, what they're trying to just say is he's the most avoided. So you can put slight on Errol Spence's name and on Terrence Crawford's name. Those guys are trying to get to become undisputed. Let that happen. Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, here is proof that he's awesome, though. That Jaron Boots Ennis is extremely awesome. Have you guys heard anybody other than me want the fight Jaron Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz now? What the hell are we waiting for? Those are two of the best. right? Up and coming. We can find out who the very best next dude is. Don't want that to happen, so we can run one around and don't have to really fight. Actually, those are the two next best, right? No one wants to see them fight. Ever. I never hear it. I already know why. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about right there. So, when you're looking at that, you're looking, okay, the dude is awesome because they don't want Virgil Ortiz to fight him, right? And that just shows how the fans would just get conditioned to not even think about or wanting good fights. That's an obvious semifinal between Ortiz and Boots, right? But we don't even want it. We won't even ask for it, you know, because fans, right? And that's just why I don't think we should be calling them fans. The people that are just writing stuff in the internet and all these social media things, right? What you've given is fighters ways out, promotion companies ways out, because promoters and stuff, they look filter through all this stuff that's going through the internet, and they find out, wait a minute, you got people on the internet talking about pay-per-views and wrong side of the streets. What the hell are we talking about that for? I don't give a damn who's promoter of the fighter. That would make no difference. I wouldn't care. Demetrius Andrade could be promoted by another planet or something. Deontay Wilder, I wouldn't give a damn. He could have been right in the middle of the top rank. Wouldn't have mattered. Somebody, Devin Haney was at Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? Alexander Usyk is was it K2 Promotions? You know, Joseph Parker is wherever the hell he is. You know, whatever fighter you roll with, do you really say, oh, man, that promotion company, man, I can't roll because he in that wrong promotion company. I don't got to give a damn about the promotion company. Or how many pay-per-views. That's not our issue. That's for them in negotiations. Our things is like, y'all two are best fight. How y'all get it done? You've been getting it done throughout history, but now we come up, and that's why I say, throughout watching the Terrence Crawford thing go down, has made me realize, damn it, people are really on payrolls, right? Really. Because there's no way that our thought process could be like, this guy, Terrence Crawford, all of a sudden is he's a ducker, he's avoiding stuff, and, you know, from where does that come from? That makes absolutely zero sense whatsoever. So, but it shows you, oh, you know, well, obviously somebody getting paid to say that, right? You know, and it makes no sense. And what we do, the thing about stuff like that, for example, Terrence Crawford, the reason why I keep bringing him up is when there's a demand for something, then it happens, right? And there's a demand for tearing down Terrence Crawford because at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford is very, he's somebody who's threatening the greatest of all time debate, if we would let him. He's 35 now, right? He could have been undisputed a long time ago when he got to welterweight division and beat Jeff Horn. Somebody should have fought him then. Or Jose Benavidez. We still messing around. We still ain't fighting. I'm talking about other side of the street, and the other dude is on one side of the street the whole time, right? Bottom line is, he would fight Errol Spence, probably beat him, undisputed. He would go up and fight Jermell Charlo, and who knows what's going to happen there, because Jermell Charlo ain't no joke, and he's bigger, even bigger than Errol Spence, but whatever. He would try that, right? And Canelo at 162 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Those are things where you can be in that all-time great conversation, and we deprive them. And we just do the job of those that are not with people of color by tearing them down ourselves. You know, like the very best boxer, trying to do very best boxer type things, we start tearing them down. And that's why, be careful with this Jaron Boots Ennis narrative. It is focused. He's the most avoided boxer right now, right? Because of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Errol Spence got to fight him in 150 days after his next fight, and Terrence Crawford's in the same division. That's enough. But in the same articles that you read, you won't hear anybody say this: Virgil Ortiz versus Jaron Boots Ennis. Why do you think that is? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.